Tea. In Taiwan, it's everywhere. As somebody that's lived in Taiwan for 2 years and has drank plenty of milk and bubble tea, for me, it was time to upgrade my tea culture knowledge. In our last video in Jiufen, I had my very first tea house experience where I traditionally prepared tea for the first time. And today we'll be visiting where that tea came from, Alishan. One thing about visiting mountainous destinations is that public transportation is not always simple, and getting to Alishan takes a little bit of planning. For resources on how to get to Alishan, I'll post some links to blogs that help me in the description. Right now I'm at the Chayi train station and I am here waiting for the Alishan train to come and get us. I'm super excited for this train ride, and I'm very excited to be visiting Alishan for the first time. But something I noticed is that this train will actually stop in Fenqihu, and what most people do is then they will take a bus to Alishan. But I noticed that all around Fenqihu are tea fields. So before we go to Alishan, I'm really excited to be visiting the tea fields in the surrounding areas because that will be my first ever experience. While one can take the bus to Alishan, the train to Fenqihu is an experience unlike any other. The Alishan Forest Railway was built over 100 years ago during the Japanese occupation to transport logs out of the forest. But today, it's enjoyed by tourists who want to experience the winding, spectacular mountain views on a historic mode of transportation. This entire train ride, I am just nerding out. After the 2-hour train ride, I finally arrived in Fenqihu, and I have to admit I was stressed and tired. I had just been getting over a cold, had a stomach sickness, and it was raining on and off. Regardless, Fenqihu was charming and tourists flocked to the Old Street where there was plenty of food and tea to be bought. Looking for some peace, I spotted a cafe and took refuge in hopes the rain would slow down. So I'm at the cafe and I'm getting settled and put my backpack next to me and it like falls over and hits the ground, and I'm having a rough day. And the couple next to me offered me one of their donuts. I don't know if they could tell I'm not having a great day, but that was super kind of them. I've been seeing these all around Old Street, so I'm really excited to try it. Ooh. I've never had anything like this, and it's like if you made a croissant into a donut. It's so good. Even though the weather continued to be unpredictable, Fenqihu is definitely a place to stop before heading to Alishan. It's charming, the donuts are incredibly delicious, and I also made sure to get one of the famous bento boxes which contains bamboo shoots, a veggie tofu patty, among other delicious sides. As I was tired and ready to call it a day, I called the owner of my homestay, who was super kind to come and pick me up, as I would spend the next 2 nights in Shizhao, just outside of Fenqihu, where the tea fields are endless. But I have something that I just want to show you all. That is what not rainy but cloudy looks like up here. This is how humid it is. Finally stepped out into this beautiful, foggy, green, just tranquil world, and I have never experienced anything like this. Just even look down there. The visibility, it's lower, but the visibility is even less, which is crazy. So I have no idea what to expect out of this. I'm still loving it no matter what. I wanted to see some tea fields. I definitely want to get some tea today. But I think honestly the goal is to just kind of wander around, hike around, and see what the day brings, because this is amazing but was not expected. So we'll see. I think though it's really incredible. With my homestay far from almost everything, I made it my mission to get to the nearest 7-Eleven to grab my coffee for the day, and the best part was the tranquil walk through the mountains leading me to the small village center. As the day only seemed to grow foggier, I made my plan. Stop at a nearby tea house, and from there, take one of the local hiking trails back up to my homestay. In Alishan, there are two kinds of tea grown, black and oolong, and of course, there are many variations. At the tea shop, I was welcome to sit down and sample the teas. The owner's daughter spoke English, so she sat with me and we chatted and drank tea together. Wow. It's different. Yeah, it's good. In this area, there are 2 tea harvesting seasons, and in the moment, all of the facilities the family owned to make the tea were on a break for the season. This was the closest I've been to the source of Taiwan tea. The farms the family owned were just outside. They processed the tea right there and sold it from there. In total, I drank 4 kinds of tea and was also served a delicious lemon cake and was even given some fried rice. Ooh. It's a little sour. Oh, because it's lemon. Oh, it's so good. Plus, I was surprised to find out when I was leaving that the tea drinking experience was completely free. So of course, I had to buy a box of my favorite tea, oolong, to take home. Bye bye, 再见. Bye bye, kitty. It seems that outside it only got foggier, which is totally fine. I'm actually making my way back to my homestay and we're gonna be hiking on the way there. As I began hiking through the mist trail, I felt my hesitancy somewhat, but at the same time, it was so incredibly beautiful. This is one of those experiences as to what it means to really be alive, even if it scares you some, because there is still beauty within it. Y'all, this is insane. It's like you can only see what's, I don't know, 30 meters in front of you, and that's it. Yay! I made it to the top! Now it's a flat path. The overall hike, despite somewhat intimidating me, especially being solo, was magical. Through the thick fog of the clouds, the tea fields that lined the hills, I passed through tall bamboo forests until I finally made my way out onto a main street. Wow. Okay, so I finally have made it back, and if you cannot tell, it is incredibly moist outside. My glasses are just not functioning. My hair is wet, and the past like 2 days it has been Fenqihu, and then here, oh my gosh. I would say that today the conditions were not ideal, yet every single thing that happened was just so incredible. You know, what a journey this has been so far. And tomorrow I will be heading officially to Alishan, and hopefully it does not look like this, but I guess we will find out then. So thanks y'all so much for watching along this journey. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet for future adventures, and I will see you all next time in Alishan. Peace.